To dream upon a dream. That's a Canon Image ProGraf Pro 1000 17-inch width photo printer. I got it on Black Friday. It dropped to $1,000 from $1,250. I think it's been forever, and it's been in my shopping cart, like the buy it later thing, just for like months, because I'm kind of obsessed with the idea of printing. I do so much stuff that lives on the internet. It lives on the computer, and it never comes into the real world. And when you can get something into the real world, like I did with these canvas prints from Costco, like that's Rick Sanchez, and oh fuck, Bird Person, Rick Sanchez, Squanchy, no Squanching, and that's Bird Person's wife. And this is like, there's like, I can look at this picture, which is downloadable from the DeviantArt guy on the website. I can look at it on my monitor all fucking day. I know that's a picture. It's really good art. And then I close the tab and it goes away. You can't make this go away. There's something real about things that are real. And I want to do that more than I can with my old 7-year-old Canon printer. And the reason I bought this Canon printer is because I have a 7 or 8 or 9. My Canon in there that you watched me go through the whole weird fucked up videos. It's doing a weird thing. It's the most reliable piece of hardware I've ever owned is that Canon printer in there. I'll get you the model number in a second because we have to walk in there, because I'm not as much as I want to unbox this printer right now. It's 70 pounds and probably filled with very fragile components, and I don't want to move it more than once. So I'm going to stop this video at some point. I'm going to start my live stream, and I'm going to clear this space. Now, this table's original design is for Princess Pasta to have like an office space, so that I have like this L-shaped desk, and she'll have this L-shaped desk. But until that moment where she needs an L-shaped desk, because she can still put a chair in the corner, I think I'm gonna move this computer, and we're just gonna slap that fat son of a bitch right here. My only concern being my heater blows directly here all day. And the ink for that bastard, because here's the thing, was $1,250, paid, it was $1,000 on Black Friday, plus I had those points you get from using the Amazon debit card or credit card, so I took another $350 off that. So I paid like $650, under $700 for the printer. Then I had to spend money on like the print thing here and paper, so it ended up being somewhere more close to like the $800 or $900 for this entire investment, plus I bought some of these really nice frames that I've already unboxed. Because again, what I'm going to be printing out is probably going to be going and hanging in the gallery here. I just hang this upside down with just that. Think about the questions people would ask. Why is this upside down? I don't understand. What's the meaning of it? I do hope to make money with this printer. Like if I do things in yard sales, maybe I'll print out some pictures of Chewbacca, or really, I'll just sign pictures of myself holding headphones, and they'll just be really nice prints. Maybe in frames, I don't know. Let's see what people bid on it, and I can give some of that to charity. Because here's the thing, that ink in that printer, it was a $1,000 printer, a $1,200 printer. The ink is $650 to replace the 11 types of ink that are in it. Is a $650 fucking nut. Unlike this printer, the MX922, which I got for $68 back in 2016, I think, 2015 and 2016, which can take easy ink refills, which you just get a fuckload of them. You get a fuckload. How many you get? A fuckload. How many is that? A lot. For $21. And I just have infinite numbers of them, and they print forever. This other one doesn't, it has an equivalent. It's like $260 for the equivalent like off-brand ink. And I'm not sure if I'm going to ever step into that, because I don't think I'm going to print enough yet. But if I can make money with it, then you print. I mean, the whole point of this printer is you are a wedding photographer just starting out, or you're a wedding photographer that does it all the time. I haven't decided. And you're like, oh, you want your 8.5 by 11s? Yeah, that'll be $75 a fucking print. I know from research, printing the full size with full detail with the proper paper will only cost you about $4 a print. The paper's $3 and you use about $1 worth of the ink. So that's not fucking bad. Now a frame costs fucking way too much. But imagine you're a wedding photographer and you're paying $4 of your own print, but then you're maintaining, this is literally a hobby I've purchased. This fucking image ProGraf is a hobby. It's an entire hobby. Because I was watching videos and these people are insane. Just like knife people and flashlight people and gun people and audiophiles. They're all insane. This is just a whole, like keyboard people. Like, hey, I want to buy a keyboard. And they'll be like, what switches? And I'm like, I don't know. Nice ones. Meanwhile, you talk about, I bought a printer and I guarantee they're like, well, what's your favorite tuning program for the DPI? And I'm going to be like, Windows? I don't know. So I'm going to unbox this on this video. I'm going to unbox it on literally in that room, but I got to clear that whole thing off and I got to do that on today's Sunday. So I got to stream anyway. So I'll come back in a bit and you'll watch me unbox it and it'll be real fucking weird because there'll be two cameras on my head. Just wanted to get this initial, like, why did you spend this much on a fucking 70-pound printer? Actually, where is the label that says the actual weight? 83 pounds. 83 pounds is box, and I think the printer itself is 70, which means there's 13 pounds of material. I don't know. 12 individual inks. I lied. I thought it was 11. All right. Printer here. Space empty. And it's the photo frames. Computer down there now, for now. Reflection of me. Hello. I just cleaned this with rubbing alcohol, so I gotta give it a second to dry while I pointed that up now. This is now directed absolutely as horizontal as it'll go, so it shouldn't blow down on the printer. Now I just gotta figure out if I wanna put it there, because it's a 4-foot table, so it should fit. Or here, where I can have a little bit better access to the rear of it. If it's here, plus I'm sitting there using a computer, I could see it better here, I don't know. Anyway, I just gotta get it unboxed, so we may have to strap this on in a second. I'll change batteries. I'll probably put the box up and then pull things out of it. We'll see how that goes. Oh, while we're unboxing the printer, let's unbox the paper, which also showed up today, which is great news. Great news, bears. Oh, I used a knife to cut something. Because without the paper, you can't print shit. I mean, I guess I could take it a standard 8.5 by 11 sheet of regular copy paper, and I might do that to do tests and like alignment tests. I don't think I'm gonna waste $3 a sheet fucking paper on it. Oh, paper. I actually bought 2 sizes, but I only think one of them arrived today. The biggest one, the 17 by 22. Nope, there it is. Small paper. John Smallberries. Oh, Chuck, you have to have a word with Goldie. I'm glad you're both here, because there needs to be an intervention. I got Goldie to put on Buckaroo Banzai, Adventures Across the Eighth Dimension, and he fell asleep during it and refuses to watch the end of it because he didn't like it, or he didn't find it interesting enough to continue. And I'm like, but you... He needs to continue watching Buckaroo Banzai. I need you to convince him that it's a movie worth putting in his memory banks. It's got to be a movie. Literally, it's happening on an unboxing. They have no idea what I'm talking about or just saying. So I apologize to the people of the unboxing. But you know, that's the thing. Like Buckaroo Banzai, man. It's everything I say is fucking somehow wrapped around Buckaroo Banzai and across the eighth dimension. Sorry, Pasta. This is probably weird for her in the future. Also, I'm going to take the noise from the oscillation overthruster and make that my default phone sound. They play it like 30 times in that movie, so it's going to be real easy to find. Anyway, this is Chroma Life 100 or Chroma Life 100 Plus, because I think that's how long it'll last. If you print on this, you should have 100 years before it fades. The image quality, glossiness, paper stiffness, dry time, and fade resistance are all full 7s. It's just full fuck yous. So this was expensive paper. This is 10 sheets in here. There are 10 sheets of this paper, 13 by 19. So the actual full size the printer can print, 17 by 22. That's this, 20 sheets of that. And I bought less of this because it's either a 10 pack or a 50 pack. And I really wanted to decide between the two. I bought the 20 sheets of this because it just financially it made more sense. I think that was $60 something for 20 sheets. This one, 10 sheets, was like $30? Or 10 sheets, it had to be under $3 a sheet. Like $2.50 a sheet. This might have been a $25 package of paper. But yeah, no. So let's tear into one of these, I guess. Break the seal. And I'm going to obviously experiment with different paper, cheaper paper. If I don't run out of ink, that'll be nice. There is a huge piece of cardboard in here to keep this from bending. Canon paper, the perfect printer for Canon inks. Like, I understand, like, if you're going to go with it, you got to kind of go with the, like, they're making it so it's going to work the best. I'd probably buy Epson paper and try that if it's cheaper. But, like, you can't put Epson inks in it, so. Holy balls. Is this more cardboard? Okay, that's a piece of cardboard. Let's leave that in there. Flip this over again. Are you cardboard or are you the actual printer paper? You're the actual printer paper. This is the rear of it. Oh. Oh, that's like... That's legit. That is some legit paper. God damn, that's shiny. How the fuck is it even gonna sit on there? I can't wait to print out, like the title of this fucking stream says, Anime Girl Feet, just for the shits and giggles. Because, I mean, I could literally print anything. It's my printer. I told Princess Pasta if she'd like, I would absolutely allow her to sit on a piece of glass and we could recreate one of those, like, office... You know when the office girl in the cute mini skirt sits in the printer and photo scans her ass a bunch of times? That, I gotta be able to make $100 on a print of that. Like a quality, like, we can go with miniaturized or full size of that. I can also press my junk up against it and sell that too. I mean, I'm not gonna not make money on my dick, so there you go. Anyway, thank you for stopping by this part of the unboxing. Chuck is eating, but I'm trying to help him lose weight, so we're gonna make him really disgusted about the thought of consuming food. All right. Okay, I'm putting this down. I'm not even gonna bother opening this. It's gonna be the same paper, just far larger. Good. So actually, I don't even have to stop this unboxing now. Let's just move on over. Moving on over to the east side. So what I'm probably going to end up doing is I think I'm going to put the so here's the only other reason I wouldn't want to put the printer directly under the mini split is once I had this back up and spill water all over the fucking table. Once. But you only need it to happen once. You only need it to happen once. And the problem was the drain hose that goes out and down was too long, and it went down and into the actual weeds, which were growing over the summer, and they actually strangled the tube and blocked it, which caused the tube to fill up with condensation that is normally dripping out, and then it poured out on whatever paperwork was here. I don't want that to happen to a $1,000 printer, and it's like the ultimate, like, here is where it would go, would be here, and I have fears. Now, the problem with that is it's a perfect spot to put that because I have so much more room here to use for computers or pasta with a laptop, anything else. Putting the printer here is going to ruin this table. Like, I could always move it. I could always move it. Chuck, tell me I could always move it, right? That's a thing. I could always move it. I'm going to grab my unboxing knife while we're recording this unboxing. Let's go unbox it. I don't want to make this a 7-part video. Pasta can just live with this 40-minute video of me unboxing a printer, if not longer. I had like a whole 10 minutes earlier where I was just talking about why I love it. I'm going to cut this here. No, not going to cut this here. The question is, do I try to pull it out of the box and lift it onto the table, or put it on the table in the box and then... So I can't destroy the box around the printer. Ideally, which I don't think this does that. I wish it was like I wish it had straps around it where you put it down, cut the straps, and lift the top of the box off, and the printer's just sitting there. I feel like that would be a better way to do this. I don't think that is the way it is currently being fucking done. Chuck, it's my job to think. It's your job to think too. You're a human. Overthink. There's no such thing as overthinking. Just thinking, all the thinking. Keep thinking. All right. I could agree with that. I'm going to open it while it's on the ground. Chuck told me to open, assess, and then think it through. So we're going to listen to Chuck's worldly advice. What does this say? It says, use your 4 hands to lift the printer out of the box in the bag. Well, I'm going to have to grow another fucking set of hands, aren't I? Oh, I like that corner support, actually. See, that's smart. Just using, like, that as your corner crush, that's... Why have I never seen that in speakers before? It's like Canon has been selling heavy items for way longer than speaker manufacturers have. And just like the Egyptians used in the build of pyramids, you can put a heavy thing down on this and roll it, and then as it comes off the back, put it in front and roll it. Come to the back, put it in front and roll it. That's how they built the pyramids. Did you know that, Chuck? It's a theory on how they moved the stones to build the pyramids. Do you think it was aliens? Chuck thinks it's aliens. No one would say that if he wasn't agreeing with aliens. I think a lot of human lives being lost is the only way to build something great. Back in the day, come on, Chuck. What do you think the fucking sign was? Like, 0 days since last incident was permanent. There were like 2 days in the entire building of the pyramids where no one fucking died. All right, we have got multiple inks. They're all being stored upside down, which is probably a good way to go about it. I could feel the liquid actually in here. The problem with the inks is that they will dry out if not used. That's number one. Number two, why are there so few of them? There should be more than this. Number two is they need to fill tubes to get from here to the print head, which according to the people online, who I've read lots of their questions and comments, is like, this is dumb because half of my ink cartridge is empty the very first time I turn my printer on. So there's that. There's 12 ink cartridges. Made in Japan. Well, at least I got that. If I'm going to print anime waifus on it, at least it's being made in Japan. So how many ink cartridges do we actually have here? 2, 4, 6, 8. So where are the other 4 that belong in here? Actually, is this printer made in Japan? Or just the ink cartridges? There's no way the printer's made in Japan. It'd be $40,000. Paperwork, paperwork, paperwork. Very nice styrofoam, by the way. Oh, there's the rest of our ink. Oh my God. Yeah, like I said in the earlier part of this video, which I'll repeat for the people watching, I've literally purchased a hobby. This is a hobby. This is like if you buy a kit car. All of a sudden, you're now into building kit cars. You buy a printer that takes 12 fucking ink cartridges, you're now in the fucking hobby of printing. This is your hobby. Oh, look at that. Print head. Oh my God, here's the print head. That is very wrapped up. That has to go in last. If it didn't, I actually had to check because I wasn't 100% sure that this printer came with ink. Because at this price, because that amount of ink is $600 or $650. And the printer was $1,200 on sale for $1,000. And I feel like that makes the printer $400. But Canon understands specifically that you're not buying this printer to print once with it. You're gonna buy a refill at some point and they're gonna make a fuckload on those ink cartridges. And while I like to support companies like Canon At the same time, fuck that. So I'd probably end up trying the not official ink cartridges, although this is, again, a big investment. And I'm not 100% sure I want to half-ass it at any point. Plus with the amount I'm going to be printing, and if I can make money, if you're going to make money from it, if I can make $25, $30 on a print, and I can make 10 prints and sell 10 prints, that's half, the ink is half the cost now. The ink just went down in price, but you have to mentally put that money that you're making on a printer like this directly into an account in your head that's like, this is paying for ink. And only after you've gotten $650 can you be like, all right, now I'm making money from my pocket. And people won't do that. People are terrible at that shit. It's like becoming an Uber driver, buying a car for like $5,000, working, making $4,000 and being like, yeah, I made $4,000 already. No. You're still negative 1,000. You got to look at it in terms of like, how much have I profited total? Like when people tell me it's only a 30-minute drive to a place, and I'm like, no. Because I have to drive back. It is a 1-hour drive to a place. Because I'm driving for an hour. Okay, I'm picking this up and I'm putting it down here because it's just going to be easier than trying to put it anywhere else. Then we'll decide if we're moving it. Is there a front and back? Am I about to put this up here backwards is the problem. This is front. There are actual handles on it. Oh, fuck. Oh, pray to the Jesus. This is a 70-pound bag. Okay. Double checking this. No. I'll probably have to hold on to this bag for a couple weeks until I get this thing printing like correctly, because if it has to go back somewhere, I ain't shipping it in nothing. Thank you all for coming with me on this unboxing. We're going to now unwrap this. Oh yeah. Goodbye, Chuck. You will be missed. He burped. Pasta loves when I say burp. Is that why you say it? Did you know she loves when I say burp? Fuck. All right, the getting started, I probably have to read. This is, use this paper for print head alignment. Thank you. That's what you get for reading. We do get 8.5 by 11, 5 sheets of luster paper, 69 pounds, giggity. Get a giggity amount of paper with it. So at least you get that for free. Not even to give you the maximum size it can print is kind of weird. This, I believe, is just a notice. Where's the English version of this notice so I can read it? When installing the ink tanks in this printer for the first time, the printer becomes operational by filling the section from the ink tank to the tip of the print head with ink. Therefore, the number of sheets that can be printed for the first ink tank is fewer than succeeding ink tanks. That's what people complain about. So if it tells you it can print 250 times for a set of ink, what it actually means is it can print 150 times because 100 prints worth of ink is going to make it into the fucking tubes. And everyone goes, ah! So it can still do... In other words, you should never let the ink thing run dry. Because as soon as you get air from the ink cartridge to the print head, you've got to flush that out. And that's going to cost you fucking money. It may not be 100 it takes off, maybe like 20 off, but it's going to be some amount. All right, let's see what's in this book. Chuck, did I ever tell you... Chuck's not here. Goldie, did I ever tell you that I love reading instruction manuals? And back before the age of Aquarius and AKA, like, Prime shipping, I would order a product, no matter what it was, a player, a DAP, fucking headlight. I would download the PDF and I'd read it. Like, oh, I can't wait to get this thing in 4 or 5 days when normal shipping used to be 4 or 5 days. There's 2 getting starteds. Okay. This one has apparently English and Espanol. Connect to print. Shit, do I have to connect this to an actual computer? Like for the initial setup? Oh god, is this a... Oh, it's like a street map style. Oh god, there's so many. Alright, we're gonna use this as our base of operations. I guess I can put these back into the box as well. Although I'd love to beat someone with these. Or have like a weird Japanese rave. So many printers. So many inks. Let's unwrap this bad boy. Actually, does it tell me to unwrap the bad boy? Stop. Getting started. Take it out of the box. Get all the things, including a Windows CD-ROM, which I didn't see. Remove the packing tape materials from the outside of the printer. Turn on the printer. All right, so we got to do some unpacking. So this is going to be the end of the unboxing. Once I get this in, then maybe I'll pop it back on for whatever the first test print is. Since I am streaming on the YouTube second channel, which, by the way, how's YouTube doing, guys? You guys doing good? Am I the real Zeos? I love your channel, says Kyle Knight. Thank you. My dongles became logistical on their own. I'm just going to type dong to YouTube so I know it exists. How is vinyl great? When you burn them, they release extremely toxic dioxins and furans that are highly dangerous if breathed in. My brain had an error just now. Do I want to move this? No, I don't want to get it closer to the window. Who did what? How dare he? Schnooget. CD-ROM, what year is this? I don't even know how I'd read it. I don't even know how I'd read it. A USB key would be way, way more correct. I think I'm going to try to get the problem is, how the fuck do you get the bag out? Thank you, Anonymous Gifter, Legendary Assassin. Congratulations on the Anonymous Gifter giving you number 91! You know what? I just had a terrible, amazing idea how to make money. I'm not going to specifically say whose feet. And this is Twitch, so we got to be careful saying it. But to have them put their feet on a scanning bed, scan it, print that out, frame it, sell it, $200. Someone will buy that shit. Chuck, you know, well, not you personally. I'm not going to judge you buying it. Oh my God. Oh my fucking, there you go. That's a printer. Just saying, you know, you got to think about how to make money to live in this world, and that's a way. That is one of the ways. Okay, what does it say? Do not. Specifically Hermione Granger? That's an imaginary character, Chuck. I could print that out for free. Emma Watson? Hell yeah, especially if she was doing it. If I could write off Emma Watson's feet, Chuck, like if she sold them, and this is another, thank you, Chuck, for thinking of celebrity feet scans. If you like half of that money went to charity, holy shit, cancer would be cured by now. Cured completely. All right, printer installation precautions. When performing initial adjustments, it's displayed on the printer screen. So, printer design. Do not unplug. Do not open the tank cover. Do not open the maintenance cover, and do not move the printer. I'm gonna leave this all in a big pile of fucking instructions on what not to do. There's so much tape. There's so. Also, I need to find out where to buy this tape. I feel like it would become very useful in my line of work, where like holding things together, but I don't need it to leave any residue. This can't be cheap. This can't be cheap tape. I should save all these little pieces obsessively. Oh my God, that's a thing that's coming out. Okay. What, there are the tubes that'll fill with ink. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't like any of the things that are happening right now. It's too much. I'm touching. Like, imagine having to put this back in here because something's wrong with the printer. Like, that's my biggest fear, is like I unbox this beautiful thing, wonderful piece of engineering. You know that it's not worth $1,200 or whatever they're selling it for. It's worth way more than that. They're just gonna lose money on the sale and make it up in the ink. Oh my God. Oh, she's in her seat. It's pouring rain. Riposta is getting on her plane in Ottawa. I think it's Ottawa. All right, can I take off this skirt? this skirt. I am still filming the unboxing video. Yes, that's still blinking. Good. Sorry, unboxing people, for this 1 hour long video. But let's get this thing at least unpacked, or I feel bad about it. We'll leave the screen covered. I don't know, man. I got one coming out. That was me putting together the 3D printer. That was like a one take for an hour. Well, they sent me the printer and I promised them an unboxing video, so I gave them the how to set up your 3D printer video, essentially. Well, I think people who watch the unboxings don't give a shit if it's really long. They're already in it for the longest haul. Jesus, look at that. That is big printer dick energy. Just the engineering on this alone is $180. Okay, now we've got so much tape, so much fucking tape. Oh my God, the colors. Is this supposed to start? Oh, it starts here. Okay. All the tape. I'll try to make this a little bit faster instead of bullshitting about Emma Watson's feet. Unless you guys want me to go back to that, because we can talk about that now. You literally install the ink cartridges here, so nothing has to open up. That's wild. I didn't know that. So what is that? That's the magnet that must get. All the ink cartridges are going to get installed under this floppy fucking door here. The door is only floppy because it's 30 inches wide. Close this. This is the ink. This is the paper feed tray. This comes out. Tape, tape, tape. Dust cover, width selector. Jeebus. Jeebus Fortnite over here. You know what? I wonder how they would design printers if you didn't have to assemble them out of a box. Like, this would just be a one solid piece if it wasn't gonna be shipped and small like this. I'm never gonna get to see the back of this printer. I'm questioning if I should sacrifice one of my goddamn rolling carts to put this printer on it permanently. Just so I could spin the fucking thing around, because this is like there are doors back here. I don't know what they do. Oh, it's a rear. Oh, God. It has multiple stage printer accelerometers. Oh, it's triple. It's triple high. It triple extends. With our width selector there. I don't even know what the hell's in the back of this. I'm never going to see the back of this printer. There's a door there that does something. I don't even know what that is. I'm going to have to read books. Oh, network port for plugging in the network directly, which I feel like for this printer, I'm probably going to end up running another Cat 5, or I could steal that one and plug it in. Or, Goldie, what is your recommendation on putting a small, not hub, but if I have one network cable up here and I have 2 or 3 devices I need to plug in, should I do home runs for those 3 devices, or just get a little dumb switch and put it up here? Not switch, but like... I mean, my wireless printer right there, the one I've been using forever, has been fucking flawless, and it shows up on all the devices, and it's great. This one being a grand probably will be just as fine. There's a little bit of a scuff here. But, yeah. I think, I don't even know what that is. I'm diddling something underneath it. This is literally annoying the fuck out of me. I may have to climb it. If I climb on this table and it collapses, I kill my printer, so I don't want to do this. Anyway, unboxing channel, I'm going to stop this now. Here, we'll do the last thing. We'll do the last thing. I love how the screen size is no bigger than the one from my old ass printer. I love you, baby. That Canon convinced me to spend $1,000 on another Canon, because that Canon is eternal and immortal. Now the question is, will the old cheap MX922 be better and more reliable than this monster that was way more money? 12 times what I paid for that one. I paid $68 for that one. Fucking wild how that's a $400 printer now. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna move it. There's places to grab it. I'm just gonna walk it out a little bit, just so I can get my head behind it. I still can't see. All right, unboxing channel. We'll be back when I'm doing things. So I've decided that's the spot for it. I want to have access. I'll still have places to store things to the right. Actually, what is that plugged into? That is plugged into it. So instead of there, I'm going to plug this into this power strip, which is on a UPS in case I'm on a large print. It'll probably continue printing it. I hope it isn't more than like 500 watts while it's going out. But I'm going to put a cover on top of this so that if it does have a leak issue, I can finalize that. I do actually need to that's a problem. I got to move this more closer to the edge because that won't extend if it's that close to the wall. So time to pick it up again, and then we're gonna hit the power button. So I put all this in here, all this, to cut open all the bags and install all the things, and you close the lid, and then it comes up and says, please wait 1 moment. Fuck you. So now let's go figure out if I can fix that. So the error was as follows. There's a leg at the very bottom of this that detects if it's on a weird soft surface or gets lifted up. So this is a weird soft surface. So I took it off. That wasn't enough. It says do not install it on a flexible surface. So a plastic surface is not enough. You have to get this on wood or something hard. So I luckily have this really nice piece of furniture grade plywood, and I rounded the edges with my tools and sanded it, and here it is. So now it's on a hard surface and it's doing great. Now it's time to install the print head, which we'll do here. Just pull this down. Oh, look at the little paper. Paper comes out. Okay. Lift that up. That's where our print head's going. You know what? I'm going to strap you onto my head, even though I'm still streaming and this is real. Hold on. Headphones off, so no Chuck. Then put this on under the other camera, then put Chuck back on. How are we doing, Chuck? Can you see everything that's going on? Great. Open the print head, which is made in Japan. As long as the important parts of this are made in Japan, I'm happy. Our print head is in a tub, which is just the nicest fucking plastic. Like, I can't even describe this to you. I'm just getting messages from my T-Man now. Hold on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah. Okay. Next. It looks like we're just installing this thing without pulling any handles. Oh, the handle is already there for that. Oh, we have to pull these off. These are protective covers. One. There's where all the ink goes in. That goes down. That goes in. That goes in. Close the top cover. I feel like putting a window in this so I could actually watch what it's doing. Processing. Please wait a moment. Oh, look at that. It's on its period. You know, it turns blue, Chuck, just like they show in those commercials when they're testing out the thing. I'm sure this, I have no idea how much this ink, if you really want to give me a shock, and I haven't looked this up, how much do you think the ink, the fucking print head for this costs? Again, another reason that if I run out of ink, I may buy an entire other printer. Take the print head, sell that. Take the fucking inks out, sell that. Sell the fucking printer doors. I could probably part this thing out for like 3 times the price I paid for it. Buy like 6 next time it's on sale. Anyway, Sneed harder. This plywood is no use. It keeps bending when the camera is at a different angle. I get it. I get it. I only need a piece of wood as large as the surface of a detector. I mean, no, because here's the thing. You only need a piece. I could have put something underneath the little detector thing and it would have been fine. I wanted it to be level. Like, I want to actually have it use it for that functionality. Because what that is an ink stop. See here, that little thing is under the middle of it, and it was pushing onto the soft surface. It needs to be on the hardest level fucking surface you can imagine. And if it gets jammed, you wiggle it, but it can't be on any other types of surfaces. Flexible desk, which is what these plastic desks are. Whatever a wagon is, you can't put it on a wagon. Soft mat, which was a soft mat on a flexible desk. A floor, don't know why a floor wouldn't work. Feels like a floor would be really good. A perforated shelf, I get. Or located where there is a step. I don't understand that one. Anyway, the head alignment is required. Load a sheet of specified paper in the top feed and select OK. Problem being, there's two top feed. Well, there's a back feed and a top feed. I must want this feed. There's already a beard hair on this. Okay. We now have to do the special paper. It's definitely my beard hair. It's slightly red, like a Viking would be. What? Is that a thing? Maybe partially ginger. I've never been, but I mean, okay, here we go. Okay, we've got very specific, like, Battlestar Galactica paper with the corners cut. Are these the same? That's just cardboard. We have two pieces of paper. Made in Japan. Use this paper for head alignment. This alignment is performed when setting up the machine. Load the paper with the wider side face up. Okay, that's definitely the wider side. What about the notch in the fucking corner? Can someone tell me if the notch needs to go up or down? Come on, man. I would assume down, by the way, to help it feed for the first time. Oh no, notch up, like that. There you go. Picture of it. I guess that just sits there. Just like that. There's nothing else I can do about it. That's it. Here we go. Okay, select the connection method. Should I just set it up wireless? I'm gonna go wireless. All right, I'm gonna go wireless. Give me a second, everybody. Wait a second, did I just turn it on? What the hell just happened? Did they not see this? All right, well anyway, it's doing an initial adjustment. I'm not sure if I just turned it on. But we just installed the print head. That would be weird if I didn't record that. It's making lots of noise. And I told it I want a wired connection, so. Oh, and the problem was I needed to put on some plywood so it's a perfectly level, flat, hard surface, or else there's a middle leg that denies it ability to turn on. That's an ink stop emergency. Where is it? We're like an hour later. No, here. So, here's the paper it comes with specifically with that corner ripped off. This is a perfect print because that blank area is actually the optimizer, which is invisible. But it printed all 12 different colors. That's the blow number. Looks like that just looks fucking amazing. Doing the wireless setup, I got the wireless, I typed in the password here. There's a way to do it with an app, but I'm like, it wants direct connection first. I'm like, fuck that, I just typed in my password, which was annoying. It just updated the firmware. Just finished. And now I think it's restarting, I think. Or it bricked itself, take your pick, one of those two things happened. But yeah, we haven't printed an actual page on the thing, but we will. But we will. Oh, Canon. Canon. So now it's on firmware 3.030. I think it makes weird cracking noises. I don't like it. Currently printing the first thing on the little tiny baby 8.5 by 11 paper that came with the printer. Oh God. Oh God. Oh, the whole table's moving. I don't know if that's good or bad for the printer, by the way, having the table move. Well, I'll have to just get I'll bracket that wood to the wall. There is a lot of mass being slung around in this. Plus it's on a table with a lot of support. Here we go. It's doing things. Hold on, it's gotta come out. I'm gonna film this entire thing. This is it, Pasta. This is the end. Don't worry, baby. I promise you, this is the last. This is just, it's coming to an end. You're flying right now, I think, or you're about to fly. So we're all in this together. Oh. Come on, come on. I'm so excited. I am excited. Oh, speak of the devil. Pushing back. Go. All right, she's pushing back. She's going. Well, we're doing this. I am still live streaming, in case you're wondering why I have another camera on my head. That's why. Oh, here it comes. It is indeed printed. It is printing on the paper the way I wanted it to. Oh, Jesus. I don't want to ruin the surprise. So I don't know why this is like... This should come off. And it doesn't feel like it wants to come off. It's very strange. What? It just shuts off after 15 seconds. If it's on the top of my head, it doesn't need to be on, killing the battery. I printed with a little bit of white on the side because I didn't want to waste. I didn't want to zoom out this image or zoom into this image, which I upscaled using AI, or at least an algorithm. It's quiet. It sounds like there's a fan running inside of it, but it's no noisier than that thing. I think if I start really messing with the color grading, because there's a color gradient, oh, spoiler alerts, there's a color gradient thing. If I really get it toned in, this is going to be the nicest looking thing you've ever fucking seen. Also, my father's going to shit his pants when he sees it. He's going to have to show up. I know he is. This is all just a cry for help from my father. Daddy, come visit my house. Come on. Still says printing. It's not moving the paper yet, it's rocking back and forth. There we go. I mean, I would say it's a little dark, but that picture of Chewbacca is a little dark. We're gonna go with the light. We gotta go where the light is. Yeah, no, this is a smallish image that I completely upscaled, and you could kind of tell it did that. But that is definitely my Bak Bear. One of the best pictures of her ever. I took the saddest picture ever after this, by the way. I took a picture of her in the little box I buried her in that exact same spot, looking at the exact same thing. Anyway, now that we're all depressed, go enjoy your $1,000 printer if you decide to buy it through my link in the description below. Also, I should probably mention half of the ink claims to be gone because it filled the 30-inch tubes with 3mm width to prime the printer. So there's still a full cartridge of ink in there. You don't get an ink and a half, so it's going to run out in less sheets than you think, because you got to change that cartridge before it runs out, because then you'll have air in the tube, and then it has to drain the entire tube, and you do not want that ever. So yeah, it's like running a tank on empty on like a diesel. You don't ever want it to happen. There's not enough light in the world. Yee. This is a very yee picture.